Hello, my darlings. You beautiful, magnificent, ravenous souls, you. All my love, all my love. And I just allow the peace that lives in me, that lives as me, might I say, to emanate from this being, from this temple, from this ego, from this path of God, into yours, as yours. It's yours truly, Kid Forever, and I play with words. That's what we do here, folks. It is one half, the slightly uglier half of the Spivey vibe, coming at you with a quickie. Now, can I tell you what I realized? I realized, and this was a while ago, but I have more clarity. It's crystallizing. I realize that I have a calling, that we, the Spivey vibe, have a calling. What is that calling, you might ask? That calling, my good sir, that destiny path, my beautiful sister, in, through, and as Christ source, that calling is to teach Tantra. You know, when I received this revelation a while back, when I was still into BDSM, well, what I call BDSM, what the muggles might call Christianity, when I was still entangled in that for the highest good of all, from my learning through the mystery schools of the holistic spirit. Oh, rabbit trails get me high as fuck. When I was still just a babe, I received this revelation, and my angels told me, and I said, Bailey, baby, we're supposed to teach Tantra to the Christians. Now, here's the thing about being a Christian. Oftentimes in this society, in this time, in this day and age, in such a time as this, you most likely, most definitely are a Christian, whether you realize that or not. Okay? I'll tell you the goddamn truth, okay? I give it to you raw, baby. ODB right here. Baby, I like it raw. Okay? No mixer, no chaser. You can be totally in to the new age, sold out, smoking crystal like this guy, and still be a Christian. Because to be a Christian is to be religious, and to be religious is to be affected and operating under the principalities that govern our society. Fundamental principles, beliefs, systems of thought and emotion and experience that are the foundations of your human experience. Thoughts, not autonomous thoughts, thoughts given to you, thoughts spoon-fed to you by other people. People with a perceived power. People who may not have you, and by you I mean the collective you, capital Y, not sometimes Y, always Y. You as source, you as the collective human represented in Jesus Christ, Krishna, the Sun, the Buddha. They may not have your best interest in fucking mind. Those thoughts, non-autonomous thoughts, thoughts given to you by those people. It's these thoughts that are the pillars, the pillars of religion, of what I'm calling Christianity, aka BDSM. SM, because it's all about sex. That's what life is. What happens when you have sex? You have a little baby, don't you? Don't you have a baby? Cute as hell, aren't they? Well, that's what this is. This has sprung into existence. The big bang, if you will, right? What do you do when you fuck? You bang. And it's a big bang, baby. That's what this is. This is life. This is sex. Mm. This is God, brother. It's God. Sister. Beautiful sister. Hear me out. So I'm here to teach Tantra to the Christians. Because Tantra is to experience the weaving of this experience that we call life. The in and the out. Yeah. The in and out, right? Everyone loves in and out. We just barely got in and out here in good old Boise, Idaho. People lined up for miles, let me tell you. Waiting 4+ hours to get a fucking burger. Waiting 4+ hours truly to get that in and out. Right? That's why the burger joints, McDonald's, all these places, what do? What do they say? 2 words: sex sells. So they make things in these ways, right? The idea that we have of a heart, Valentine's Day, right? It's very sexual, it's very vaginal, it looks like a butt, it looks like tits, it's curvy, and the curvature speaks to the male mind. It says on the subconscious level as it speaks to the reptilian brain, to that part of us which wants to survive simply. That's why it acts on fear. This curvature speaks and it says in the subconscious, those are mating hips. Those are breastfeeding nipples. Oh, I like that because I want to survive. But here's the thing, sex is about more than survival. See, what I experienced in one of my awakenings, because truly awakening is a series of awakenings that just unfolds, fucking snowball effect. That's awakening. Do you want to build a snowman? Want to do some hella? Oh, blow, man. See, because to blow, now we're really getting into sex. Because what is to blow? Well, woo, it's to give of oneself in sacrificial love. This is why Bailey and I say blowjobs are spiritual. We used to say they're spiritual warfare, but we've educated ourselves now. We've graduated. Congratulations. You're no longer in a war because you've flipped around the WAR to RAW, raw. Remember, ODB, baby, I like it raw. So we're no longer in a war, but we're in a dance. This too is Tantra, the divine dance. And what is dance if not a mating ritual in order to come into this space of sex? And now, if you are giving oral sex, once again, this is sacrificial because you're not receiving from somebody, you're purely giving. And this is why it's so important for Bailey and I to give oral sex without the expectation of receiving anything in return. Now it's my turn. It's my turn to give to you. This too, my friends, this too, my brothers and sisters, is Tantra. To give of oneself. To continually and consistently walk in reverence. Let me say it again. In reverence. I can't roll my tongue, so I just do it in the back of the throat, you know what I mean? Like, Cardi B, right? I want you to hit that little dangly thing in the back of my throat. That song is Tantra, let me tell you. I want to talk about the divine feminine waking up to her sexuality, which is spirituality. That is Tantra. Mm, mm. So, when you're doing, let's do it. How you doing? You know you're doing Tantra right when at the end of the day of salvation, the day of salve, right? You're nice and lubricated. At the end of the day, you rest your cute little head on that cloud. Cloud number 9, my lord. Number 9. And you say to God, God damn, that was the best I ever had. God, that was the best I ever had. I never had it like that before. How many of us, now I know we don't contemplate this consciously, but I invite you in this moment, flirt with me if you will. Let's have some foreplay. How often, no. Is there a belief running in the subconscious programming of the computer that is your brain, that is your body, that is your human experience? Is there a belief that your best days are behind you? Woo, see ya. Oh. How many of us believe that our best days are ahead of us? And even that is only a mustard seed of faith. It's a whole hell, a whole heaven of a lot easier to believe that my best day could exist in Tomorrowland than to open myself up in vulnerability and the sacred scarcity, the sacred scaredness of now. It's easier to believe that my best day could be tomorrow than my best day is today. Maybe perhaps today could be the best yet. And then, even more faith. This ain't a mustard seed anymore, pal. Okay, buddy? Listen, guy. This thing done fell in the ground, fucking died, sat in that dirt, in that darkness, suffocating, rotting, and sprouted forth and became a whole ass mustard plant. I don't know what they're called. I don't know. I just take the yellow bottle and I squeeze that shit until it sounds like something that needs to be happening in the bathroom. Okay, so I don't know about the mustard plant, but I assume that a mustard seed would grow into some sort of a plant, right? I mean, am I fucking wrong? So if you get to this point, right, if you've truly had sex, if you've walked in Tantra, grown as a plant, then maybe you could believe that not only is today my best day yet, but that I could also have, just possibly, hear me out. I'm not trying to strip anybody of their own personal hell, okay? Listen, you have it, buddy. Your own personal Jesus. Okay? You can externalize your power all you fucking want. Ain't trying to take that away from you. Not trying to strip anybody, rob anybody of their beliefs. Okay? But maybe today can be your best day yet, and then maybe you can do the same tomorrow. What if every day was consecutively your best day yet? Now, let me just tell you, I'm gonna give you a freebie right now. In order for that to even fucking happen, in order for you to even be able to fucking flirt with the idea, that you could have your best day at, and then have your best day at, and then you have your best day at again and again and again. You might have to stop eating off the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and veil, evil, live, right? You may have to stop compartmentalizing everything in your life, right? Oh, this over here, this is me, this is time for sex. And this over here, this is time for church. Oh, and this is when I go to work and I'm miserable and I just tolerate my coworkers and be tolerated. And then and then this is when I enjoy people. And these are the conditions in which I can show up and be happy and be peaceful. And then these are the conditions in which I am going to cap the lid on that bitch. We may have to stop compartmentalizing. We may have to refrain from the temptation to categorize this over here is good and this is evil. This over here is a good day and this is a bad day. Because Mitch, you're talking bullshit, dude. You're talking straight out of your ass, homie. If you're trying to tell me I can have the best day yet consecutively, because bad days exist, do they not? I'm with you, friend. I'm with you. But what is bad? You see, because sex, Tantra, is messy. It's an opening up of oneself, completely laying your heart bare to receive whatever it is that life has for me, for you, capital Y, today. A capital T, a capital D, today. And if none of that makes sense, just let the vibrations hit you right in the gizzard. Let this wizard hit you right in your gizzard, baby. So that's what we're doing. Oh, that's what the Spivey vibe is. I was going to say something else. However, I realized that that is a part of our branding that Bailey has built, is building. And she may not want me to use those terms quite yet. There's an importance on the child once you have been walking in Tantra, when you've received the good fucking, a capital G, a capital F, and you're pregnant with a child, with an idea, with a vision, with a mission, with a destiny, a purpose, a diakonia, an ikigai. You don't just go telling everybody. You don't just go out there and lay out butt naked with your prego belly sticking out for the wolves to come fucking feast. You don't just toss your best pearls at the swine. So I'll refrain from saying what I was going to say. And I'll just rephrase and reframe, perhaps. This is the Spivey vibe. Tantra. And on a higher level of understanding, in a more exquisite way of being, it's not even teaching Tantra. It's just embodying Tantra. And it's just a letting go again. Here we go. Let's die again. Let's pick up that cross and lay ourselves open bare as a living sacrifice to receive yet again the best day we've had yet. Resting our cute ass little heads on that pillow and saying, God damn, That was the best I ever had. I ain't never had it like that before. That's Tantra. And that is the life that is not only available to you, it's your fucking birthright. And maybe the wolves have convinced you otherwise. But I tell you the truth, in this moment, in this now, here now, I am fully embodying Tantra. And I'm laying this heart, this vessel open and bare in vulnerability and nakedness to bring you this truth and therefore myself so that we can experience together a new level of Tantra, a new level of peace. This is New Jerusalem. This is the New Earth energy. This is the 5D. This is the 9 Chi. This is heaven. See, New Jerusalem means the new city of peace. It also means the new flow of peace. So to be living, to believe in New Jerusalem, is to experience peace yet again, anew. I'll tell you the truth, man. I'll tell you the motherfucking truth. When Bailey and I have sex, it's always new. It's always new. And why are you having sex? What is the divine equation? What is the output? What's the solution? What's the word I'm looking for here? What's the end result of sex, if not peace? Right? You have a good fuck. You experience the good fucking, capital G, capital F. You kick your feet back. You light up. In this case, for me, it's a crystal. And you put it to your lips. And you sigh. Peace. A sigh of peace. Selah. Selah. I love you so fucking much. And I'm proud of you. And we out this bitch. Much love, much peace. New peace. Coming at you live, somewhat, from the New Jerusalem. Coming at you from the best day yet. I love you.